Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is dissecting whether or not Raquel is allegedly telling the truth about when her affair with Tom Sandoval actually started, I personally think she's lying, and I'll tell you why. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box down below and join our newsletter. It is 100% free and you get a lot of free self-care content. So with that, let's dive right on in. So this is according to Us Weekly. It says, Raquel said her Tom Sandoval affair began after Pump Rule's Las Vegas trip. Sheena Shea's pals claim. Now, again, I'm just going to come out with it. I don't think that's true. I'll break it down as we go through the article. So let's keep going. It says, creating a timeline. Sheena Shea's friends, Jamie Lynn and KL Ramsey Ackerson, recalled the moment Tom Sandoval and Raquel relationships began to change. During the Tuesday, March 14th episode of the Jamie All Over podcast, the duo broke down their knowledge of the Vanderpump Rules co-star's affair. According to Ackerson, Raquel said cameras were rolling when she started to grow closer to Sandoval. She basically told me it happened 7 months ago and after the Las Vegas trip, he explained, referring to an upcoming episode of the hit Bravo series. I told her, bro, you literally called me an hour or two after the girls that made you cry, and then you hit me back when you were in Los Angeles. And she was like, after the boys' nights is when we got closer. Okay. Lynn, for her part, broke down the behind-the-scenes details of the night Raquel, 28, joined Tom and Sandoval and James Kennedy on an outing. Next episode of Vanderpump Rules is Boys Night. You and I were there. Afterwards, you went home and I went to Saddle Ranch with Raquel, Sandoval, and Shorts and Sandy's manager, Brett. You were there because Raquel had just gotten back from Vegas and was very upset and asked you to come out that night, she detailed. It somehow just ended up being the four of us going to Saddle Ranch after, and Raquel and Tom were super into deep conversation at the bar. After the friend group left the bar, Lynn said she witnessed a serious conversation between Raquel and Tom and the Tom co-owner. I'm now in my car with Brett and Raquel and Sandoval. We're sitting on the curb outside of Saddle Ranch just talking. I didn't realize that at the time, like how close they were talking or how intimate it actually looked, she continued. So I start filming the two of them talking. We're so clueless that I have no idea what's actually conspiring. Shea's friend recently rewatched the August 22 video after news broke of the California native's affair with Sandoval. I had this thought at the time. I thought, I'm not posting this because this looks way too intimate and I don't want Ariana to feel a certain way about this, she detailed. I don't want her to feel disrespected, but it didn't set off alarm bells, like is something inappropriate happening. It was just that she might get the wrong idea and I don't want to put anyone in that position. Lynn concluded, if you watch it back without the voiceover on it, it looks super close and super intimate. But bottom line is that none of us knew beforehand. All right, side note. Let's get into this. What I think is going on here, first of all, I don't know who these people are. No tea, no shade to them, but let's see what their names are again. Here we go. Okay, this Jamie Lynn and KL Ramsey Ackerson. You know, I guess they're Sheena Shea's friends. Cool, whatever. The reason why this timeline doesn't make sense is because I don't think that the affair between Tom Sandoval and Raquel started after the Las Vegas trip. I think it had already started. If you actually watch the episode, Tom Sandoval looks like the cat that got the cream when Raquel walks into boys' night. He is so excited. He's the first one to hug her. He embraces her. And then also it's very telling that when they're having the conversation and Sheena's like, oh, do you know that they left? And Tom Sandoval is like, yeah, Raquel and Charlie left. So he already knew that Raquel and Charlie had left Las Vegas, meaning he was already in communication and contact with Raquel. So why was he already in communication and contact with Raquel unless the affair was already happening? You see what I'm saying? Also, don't forget, Coachella happened in April of 2022, which was prior to them filming this. And as we all know, there was a huge rumor that Raquel was seen making out with Tom. As we've said before, people just automatically thought it was Tom Schwartz because he was the one going through the divorce. And it seemed like, Tom Sandoval and Ariana, they may not have been happily together, but they were still together. So that was all in April of 2022. So I don't think that the affair between Tom Sandoval and Raquel started months after that. I think that was already going on. I think what Jamie Lynn and Kyle Ramsey Ackerson was watching wasn't the beginning of the affair. They were watching a moment of the affair that had already been going on. Because you don't start an affair being intimate in public like that the first time. There has to already be a type of rapport there, a type of bravado that's already there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't start the affair from jump, just being out on Saddle Ranch on Sunset Boulevard, in this intimate conversation and talking and being all this, that, and third. That to me says you've been doing this for a while and now you're starting to slip up. I think that this Jamie Lynn and Kyle person, maybe that's when they first got wise to it. But I think it's a very misstep for them to say that's when it began. So I don't know if that is what Raquel is saying it began at that time after the Las Vegas trip, or if this is when they think it started. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. So again, it just seems like, if we're using common sense, what these two people saw was a part of the affair that had already started. Okay? So let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Us Weekly confirmed earlier this month that Sandoval and Maddox, 37, called it quits after nearly a decade together. They were having problems for a while, a source exclusively revealed to us on March 3rd. This is all stuff we kind of really know. But again, I just have to say, I don't think that this started at the Vegas trip. I think that the affair had been going on way before then. That's why Sandoval looked so excited when she walked up. That's why he had all the previous knowledge about what was going on. I think that they already knew. I don't think that she started, the affair with Sandoval because she had a falling out with the girls. Because this is the thing. If you're pissed off at Lala, if you're pissed off at Christina Kelly, if you're pissed off at Katie, why are you having sex with Ariana's boyfriend? Why wouldn't you just continue the situation you had going on with Tom Schwartz? Because that's what everybody was actually bothered about. Nobody was even onto you and Sandoval like that. So blaming it on the Las Vegas trip also doesn't make sense. Why are you sleeping with the one person, Ariana, who actually had your back? Other than Sheena Shea. Doesn't make sense. If you're trying to get back at the group, because the girls were onto you and they weren't really feeling you on the Vegas trip, you would have just kept going on with Schwartz. You wouldn't start an affair with Sandoval. So none of it makes sense. I think what we've already thought is true, that Raquel and Tom Sandoval, they have been hooking up for way longer. I definitely think prior to Coachella of last year. And they used Tom Schwartz as a front, and they did not care who they hurt in the process. They didn't care that they were hurting Katie. They didn't care. They clearly didn't care that they were hurting Ariana. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you like me and you're like, Sheena Shea's friends, Jamie and Kyle, I think after the Vegas trip, maybe you got wise to what was going on, but I think it's a bit of a stretch to say that's when it started. I think it started way before then. Just context clues and logic and watching the episode. There was something between Sandoval and Raquel going on already. And obviously with the Coachella stuff. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box down below and join our newsletter. It's free and you get a lot of free self-care and self-love content. So with that, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.